Everyone. For those of you members that could not make it to the general meeting, to our first general meeting, here is a brief summary of what we discussed in the meeting, so that way you have that information. So first off, we have new chapter officers. So here is images and brief descriptions of our chapter officers. So first, upper left corner, you can see me. My name is Doreen Santos. I am the chapter president. Then we also have Hope Trahan. She is regional officer. Celine Wen. She is the HIA vice president. And then we have Boom, who is an Honors in Action active member. Cynthia, who is a college project vice president. We have Heather Rott, who is a public relations officer. She handles Facebook emails. And then we have Alessia Crespo, who is our provisional officer. So right now we're kind of trying out which positions work best for her. And Hime, who is also in the same position. And then we have Kevin Bacon, who unfortunately we don't have him for this video, but you have an image of him. So he's our mascot. Then we have our 3 advisors. We're so lucky to have 3 advisors. Most chapters don't. So we have Professor Frank Rodriguez, Dr. Heather Brasher, and Chris Allen. And then for those of you who are interested in participating in chapter projects and events, here's a brief summary. So we have one of our chapter projects is the college project, which Cynthia will explain.
Yeah, so the college project relates to just our campus. So we've talked to some of the deans and some of the leadership in our college, all the way up to President Ardalan. And there were 2 issues that pretty much were across the board. They all agreed we should talk about. And that is communication between administration, faculty, and students, and also the mental health of our campus. So our project is going to be related to those 2 issues. And we have several small projects that we're going to be doing, so we do need hands-on help with that. And so we're going to do a lot of work here this semester. Then we get to write up our project and submit it to PTK headquarters for our regional awards. That would be with Texas, and then international awards also, which would be competing against all of the PTK chapters. So the college project team meets on Mondays from 2 to 3 o'clock, and we're on the 7th floor, building 12, room 732. And we'd love to have you join us.
And then we have Celine Wen, who is our vice president of Honors in Action.
All right, so briefly, Honors in Action is a research, finding a problem, an issue in your community or globally through research, and then of doing an informed action to help that issue in your community. So we've done a couple past projects. We've done awareness on human trafficking, and then the effect of social media on gun violence and mental health. Y'all might have participated in some of those. Last year for the gun violence, we had a couple of counselors and psychologists and victims of the gun violence in a panel where we could ask them questions and be more informed on that. And then we had participated in collecting more pictures for an app called Human Traffic Cam, where we take pictures of hotel rooms so we can give more police officers a reference to where those victims are at, so they can locate them faster. And so the project that we have this year, we decided to do the domestic violence and the economic perspective on that. So we're doing a project where we try to build a family and sponsor their family by getting furniture for an apartment for them. And so we're collecting things like kitchen appliances, furniture, and any non-perishable foods. And then after we do the research and the action, at the end we do a write-up and see if we're eligible for any awards for our project.
And as well, just briefly, for Honors in Action, our meeting days are Wednesdays and in the same room, building 12, room 732, and they are from 2:30 to 4.
Okay, so we have one other project. It's called Community Service Project, and it is up for, we are going to submit it for an award. This is really based on a project that I personally am taking on campus. And since I am an officer in PTK and I learned about Community Service Project, I thought we would just kind of combine that and do a write-up on it and see if we can't get an award for that. But Be the Match is the bone marrow registry for anyone who has a non-family match for a bone marrow transplant. They can go to Be the Match and look up anybody who has signed up to be a donor. And if they are a match, their blood types are similar and different properties of their blood match, they can do a bone marrow transplant and hopefully literally save a life. So this year I dropped off of the registry due to my age, and so I thought there's 13,000 students here on campus, so I'm hoping I can get a few of the students and some faculty to sign up to be a potential donor. So what I'm planning on doing is meeting with other student organizations on campus and actually having them participate in the registration process, which is just a screening process on an app on their phone or device, and then a couple of cheek swabs, and then we just mail those into Minneapolis and they're on the registry, and just wait for a phone call that you might be the match. So I need hands for that to help out with passing out flyers or any other element that we might set up, a table event or whatever. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to set up a group me for that project. We don't have a day and a time that we meet, but we'll just coordinate that through me. And just we'll have to give them the PTK UP.
What we could do is we could have that time if you want to contact Cynthia. Come to the meeting on Monday from 2 to 3 in Building 12, 732.
Right, because I'll be up there every week. Okay, good. Thank you.
All right, so for chapter involvement, really quick. So we had our first general meeting, and if you missed it, we are going to have once a month, one meeting once a month, the second week or the second Tuesday of every month. So stay tuned for that. That's a way to get involved and become informed. Also, we mentioned officer meetings. We already discussed the times. Mondays for college project, 2 to 3, Building 12, 732, Honors in Action. Wednesdays, 2:30 to 4, Building 12, 732. So for events, as Cynthia and Celine mentioned, we do have events in campus and outside of campus that we may need help with. So coming to the meetings and the general and officer meetings is a way to know about these events, where you can help out. So we're also going to have tabling events. We're going to try once a month to have a PTK table set up for recruitment purposes. Then we also have special opportunities for training and volunteering as well. You might see those on the distribution list in the emails. And finally, we have representation opportunities, which is kind of a way to participate in the sense that you do something, you apply for a scholarship and you got it. You're a PTK member, you're representing us, you're representing the campus, and you represent our chapter. Also, this pen that I have right here is from Competitive Edge Training. You can just go to, if you're already a member, go to ptk.org, type in Competitive Edge, and set up your account, do the training modules for professional development, and then you are entitled to a resume, for a recommendation letter from from the PTK offices, and that'll look good on your resume as well, saying I am a PTK member, I completed competitive edge training, and you get a pin for free. So why not do it? So continuing on, we did an event for our Suicide Prevention Day, and it was just a brief activity. We had a video with Acinta Monteverde, and she will be speaking at an event in September 16th, which is an event that you have there on screen with Active Minds. It's from 1:30 to 3, building 13 to 10. So that's the same room that we had our general meeting. And we are promoting this event that is organized by Active Minds, which is a national organization that has a new chapter here on Lone Star College University Park. And they just started in January, so they're looking for members and officers as well if you want to check that out. And Active Minds, their goal is to eliminate the stigma of conversations about mental health. So if you're interested in learning about how you can help someone feel better, how you can help someone with anxiety, what to do when you have anxiety, because we're all students, we're all anxious, and we got jobs, right? So it's important to have those tools. And specifically for this event, you will learn what to do, possibly what to say to someone that wants to end their life. And then finally, we discussed scholarships, which we have Walter B. Cooper coming up. That is exclusively for Phi Theta Kappa members, and you need for that one an advisor recommendation letter, and you need their signature. So the deadline is September 18th. Maybe that is a little bit too late for now. However, you might consider it next year if you're still a member for next year. Then for October 25th, we have PTK's Fall Scholarship, which is just a general scholarship that you apply once, and it applies you to a bunch of other scholarships as well. So please apply for that one. And then finally, we have for November 20th, the Jack Kent Cook Scholarship, which of course is very prestigious, and they think very highly of Phi Theta Kappa members, especially if they're involved members. So if you want to apply, and especially if you might consider applying next year, this is a time to build up your resume and to participate, because in the Jack Kent Cook, there's a box where you have to check if you're a PTK member and if you're active. So consider that. And then finally, you can keep in touch with us through Facebook, which our Facebook name is Phi Theta Kappa dash Beta Beta Upsilon UPSILON NU NU. And then Instagram, I believe the names for Instagram and Twitter are the same. And then finally, if you want to get updates on a regular basis, we have Remind 101. So just text at UPPTK to 81010. And then you can also email with any questions or concern to up.ptk@lonestar.edu. And that's all we have for you. Thanks for watching.